Nico documented this entire experience for us on his Instagram story. So here's the equalizing goal. Gol de Argentina. Happy Nico drinking his mate. Drama. Argentina equalizes. Last play of the game after what seemed like a hyperbolic amount of added time, like in the World Cup. We had that large added time that made you double take, despite a lot of time wasting. 15 minutes felt exaggerated. So that was kind of what transpired at the end. It's over. Yay, everyone's happy. And Nico can get back to his vacation. Or so he thinks. He was maybe halfway to the beach, maybe not. But either way, oh, hold up. This game is not over officially. And amid the fan invasion that happened on the field after the last goal, the refs have suspended the game and are also reviewing the goal. So what's going to happen next? That is the question. Well, hold up again. They've updated the Olympic website. Okay. Looks like things have been good. No. Okay. Now we've got these images that have been released on the world feed. Seemingly there is a clear offside and the game will continue for the final minutes. Players will come out and warm up for 10 minutes. And guess how many minutes there were to be played? Well, not much. 3 minutes left to play after a nearly 2-hour break. And now here is Nico reacting to that whole situation. Take a listen.
This game isn't letting me get back to my vacation. This is embarrassing. It's scandalous. Starting from the 15 minutes, there was more time lost in the first half than in the second half. In the first half, I don't even remember how many minutes were added on, but not 15. The 15 minutes was crazy, but then there's an offside. The players have now come back onto the field. The ref is going to review the play as if there's something worthy of being reviewed. It's clear and evident that the Argentina player's offside, but from the firecracker throw onto the field, he's reviewing it. He's going to review it and he's going to call it off. 1 second. I mean, this is a clear offside. It's Amione right there is offside. I don't know what else. I don't know what else there's to interpret here. But just from an organizational standpoint, the fact that so many people were able to come onto the field, they threw a firecracker at the Argentina players. It seemed like the players themselves didn't know what was going on inside of the locker room. Now they're back onto the field. What a horrendous opening game. Watch out. Offside. No goal. Yeah, of course. And now they'll play the rest of the minutes. This is this is embarrassing for the Olympic Games. If this was like a Sunday league, I get it. This is the Olympic Games.
So it seems like Nico's having a good time while away.
By the way, if he would have just turned the camera like that, you would have seen the beach. What are you doing on your couch watching this game for 2 hours?
Just on the couch in the Caribbean, watching Argentina. It was Morocco and Argentina. He works for Morocco.
Right.
And now
Pocket versus heart. Tough one.
Yeah.
What did you think, Nige? Have you ever seen anything like that?
In all my years of football, I have never witnessed or come across something like that. It was absolutely scandalous. Really was absolutely crazy. From the start, I think there should have been better preparation, because what we haven't spoke about is the incident before with the chanting of Argentina and the French players, and they're playing in France, they're playing in Marseille. The chant insults French heritage and French African players, and everything that happened before the start of the game. The Argentinian national anthem was being booed. That should have been a big sign. And then when Argentina do get the equalizer, you're celebrating right in front of Morocco fans, and they're the biggest population in Marseille as well, which is it's crazy for me. Like, everything that happened is crazy.
The Argentine players had their stuff stolen the day before in training. So Thiago Almada had his watches and his jewelry and his wallet stolen. So you have that built into it. Again, were they prepared with security?
Yeah.
Because once the goal happened for Argentina, the equalizer, the Moroccan fans were throwing stuff all over the pitch, and those bombs. I mean, Julian Alvarez was looking at something and it exploded, and he was like, and you were scared for the players. So once that happened, I thought the game was over, because it felt like it was in the 15th minute of added time.
How do you bring the players back up?
They scored the goal. Then all that thing, everything happens. It felt like all the players just rushed in. So you figured the game was over.
It's that the security aspect is one of the disappointing things as well, because obviously to be aware of what's going on, especially in football when it comes to Argentina and what's happened recently. They're playing in France. You would have thought that they would have a bit more security. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but especially if you're an Argentina player, to get the equalizer and to celebrate right in front of the Morocco fans, you're not helping yourself or doing any favours. Now, I'm not saying what the fans did was justified or right, by no means. But don't add fuel to the fire that's already been lit. Your national anthem got booed before the start. You got your equaliser. I understand you're in the moment, you're passionate. Just go in the middle of the pitch. Just go away from that to add into it, because there's a lot of Moroccan fans in there. And for me, it was going to happen. I'm just disappointed in the security aspect of it. And like you said, everyone thought the game's over, but the game will stop because of the pitch invasions and the different things that go on.
I don't necessarily have a problem if you go and celebrate in front of opposing fans. I've done it in the belly of the beast.
Yes, but not with the backdrop of what's going on now. Yeah, okay. That's the difficult thing, because it's not just football rivalries between football clubs. Yeah. This is now internationally, so that's why I think it's a whole different kettle of fish.
It's just crazy to see such a gap. I mean, I get that the match was suspended for the security of the players, which is smart, but that long gap of wait to come back out. 2 hours. The commentators had to drive back to the stadium. Everyone get back so we could finish the match. The right thing to do. It just, on the face of it, just seems very odd.
I had to deal with something like that in a way with the thunder and lightning delay with MLS, where we finished the game after midnight. And it was with the Houston Dynamo. And it was, we'd play for 30 minutes, we'd stop, and we'd play for 30 It honestly felt like I played 3 games. I was like limping out there,
Mental
it was like the start of
too.
second half.
That's the worst thing as well. When you have the 2-hour break and you have to come and warm up again, I tell you, if I was in that situation, I would have been completely mentally checked out. I'd be like, yeah, no. They're lucky that they only had to do 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But even that 3 minutes, I guarantee you all the players there were like cursing and
they warmed up for 20
head.
minutes to play 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And one of the concerns now, and Christina Uncle spoke on Golazo yesterday about this, is that this could be something that other fans see as an example or a way to maybe try and end games. Where's the concern level there?
Yeah, I think
maybe what could be learned
we've seen the Mexican fans weaponize the chant, el grito, as a way of showing, being upset with their own players or the performance on the pitch. So I think punishment against the fans or against the team is a way. Sometimes fans can use that. But I think because they replayed the game, that might deter it a little bit, because the game will finish either way. You're still, if you're an Argentina fan, you're still going to lose if you do that chant. And I know it was the Moroccan fans, but as an example, if your team's losing and you think, we throw a couple firecrackers on the pitch, we throw some bottles, this match is over, they're just going to play without the fans.
I disagree. I think for me, it's just the element of the nations that's playing right now. I don't think other nations are going to do that, because there isn't that animosity between other nations.
Like New Zealand, New Zealand versus America. Nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen. But for me, it's because it was Argentina playing in France, playing in Morocco, with everything that happened before that went internationally, worldwide, which is what people don't realize. You're held a lot more responsible now for what comes out your mouth, what you say, because of the internet and social media. You're going to be held accountable. And I think that's what it is. It's basically because of that.
So it's on tournament organizers to take in the context of what's going on outside of the matchup itself between two nations to maybe enforce and, staff up with more security measures.
They definitely should have. And I personally don't feel that some of these world leaders have helped the situation in some of the rhetoric that they've used to add to it, where this is just football and it hasn't helped. And people are very passionate about their country, their identity, and you cannot tell them how to act when they're insulted.
That's a good point.